Welcome to a short look at how to enhance the appearance of your Excel spreadsheets. Following are some methods to make tables of figures easier to understand or to emphasize what we want to say about them. A simple table conveys the unadorned information to those who can read into it. It's not a completely neutral format. It can be a means to hide things. Not everyone can easily interpret a large table. You can make tables easier to understand if you want. If you want to demonstrate anything in your presentation or report, you can format the data to emphasize your point. As an entry level of formatting, you can separate the raw numbers from the labels and totals, for example using thick and thin borders and bold characters. Now there's a bold border around the data in the middle, and the years at the top and the totals at the bottom are in bold font. Be sure to keep the columns aligned for those people who are good at reading tables. The next level of aid to readers might be to add some subtle color. Fill in some of the background with related colors. Don't use dark colors, they would make the numbers harder to read, and it's not necessary to color every cell. In fact, it's probably not a good idea. Here's how to do that. Let's start with some borders. First, we'd highlight the whole table, and then we'll pull the drop down for borders and select all borders, putting a thin line around every cell. Then, leaving the same selection highlighted, pull that drop down again and this time select thick border. And the thick box border will go around the entire table. Now we'll highlight just the interior elements and again click the box border. Now let's change some of the fonts. We'll select the column headers and the title and make it bold. Then select the totals and we'll make them bold too. Then we'll select the titles on the left and let's make that italic. Alright, that's good. Next we could add some fill colors. We'll highlight the top portion, pull down the drop down arrow on the fill colors and choose a color. And let's highlight the column headers and go back up to the drop down arrow and select a similar color. For consistency, we could highlight the totals at the bottom and make them the same color just by clicking on the bucket. Now these labels on the left, we should highlight them. We could click the drop down arrow and select a complementary color. Then for consistency, let's have the right side be that same color. Just click the bucket and it looks like this. The best way to display data visually is often to graph or chart it. Excel has several built-in charting options. Here, the stacked candle conveys each period's contribution to the annual total. This is understandable faster than it might be from a simple table of figures. Charts are best when the exact figure is not the point. Rather, they tend to highlight trends and patterns. So let's make a chart. First, you have to highlight the information that you want to chart. Then click on Insert. We're going to insert a chart, in this case a column chart, a stacked column chart. Now we have to switch the row and column data so that the column represents a year. There. Then Layout 1 gives us a nicer look. If we just click on the title, we can type over it. Now along the left border, we can right-click on the axis and select Format Axis. From here, we can reduce the range so that with a smaller range, our data will fill the whole space. And it looks like this. Conditional formatting allows us to highlight small and large data points in our table. Here, the cells in yellow contain lower numbers, while the numbers in red cells are higher. In the right column, there's a red bar that indicates the size of the number in each cell in comparison to the other numbers in this range. But this is really too much for most readers, right? Be careful not to overdo. How about this? It's a little calmer. We are showing the relative size of each original data point and the relative size of each year's total. This could be useful to highlight the relative stability of 2008 compared to the volatility of subsequent years, where the blue bars vary greatly. Perhaps your point is that this consistency contributed to the strength of 2008's results. My point is, it's easier to see the volatility and stability with the conditional formatting of the blue bars. It's also easy to see that the total for 2008 was the highest in the series. Conditional formatting can show trends as well as the specific numbers. Here's how to do it. First, select the data elements, then go to Conditional Formatting on Data and select blue ones. Next, we'll look at the totals. Highlight the totals at the bottom, go back to Conditional Formatting, click on Data Bars, and this time select red ones. Here's how it looks. These are some of the ways that we can help our readers see what is significant about the numbers we show them. We can format the text, change the borders, put fill color in the background, or show charts to highlight trends, or add a little conditional formatting. For more information, please do not hesitate to contact your IT department at extension 1234. We are always ready to help you get the most out of Excel or any application in your technology suite. Thank you.